After Elon Musk's surprise visit to China, where he heaped praise on his hosts, well, he's cleared an important regulatory hurdle for his Tesla car-making plans in that country. Let's say hello to Yuka Royer. It's time for business.
Hi, Francois. Well, Tesla shares are having their best day in over a month. A rare rally for the electric car maker that has become the worst performing stock in the S&P 500 this year. This over reports, as you said, that Tesla won tentative approval to deploy its full self-driving system in China, and that it also reached an agreement with Chinese internet giant Baidu to use its mapping license for navigation. Vedika Bahel has the latest.
It was an unannounced weekend visit to secure Beijing's approval for Tesla's self-driving technology. And it seems Elon Musk's trip may have yielded results, as China's Association of Automobile Manufacturers said that Tesla's Model 3 and Model Y vehicles passed the country's data security requirements.
It's good to see electric vehicles making progress in China. All cars will be electric in the future.
The Tesla CEO had met with Chinese Premier Li Qiang, who praised the company as a successful model for US-China collaboration, a sentiment echoed by his Foreign Affairs Ministry.
We treat domestic and foreign companies equally. We welcome foreign companies to continue deepening cooperation with China and to share the fruits of China's economic development. We also hope that foreign companies will abide by Chinese laws and regulations and fulfill their security commitments.
Clearing this regulatory hurdle could pave the way for Tesla's full self-driving system in China, which may boost its flagging sales in its second biggest market. The car maker is grappling with a fall in global demand for electric cars, and it faces ferocious competition in China from cheaper local rivals such as BYD. By opening the Shanghai Gigafactory in 2019, Tesla partially shifted production of its cars to China, which helped jumpstart the country's domestic production of electric vehicles, feeding competition from other car makers that's eating into Tesla's sales. Earlier this month, the company announced sweeping price cuts to boost its revenue.
Meanwhile, the US National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is opening an investigation into Ford's hands-free feature, Blue Cruise, following two fatal crashes. The two accidents in February and March of this year both involved Ford's Mustang Mach-E electric SUVs and occurred at night. Initial findings confirmed that Blue Cruise was engaged immediately before the crash in at least one of the cases. The National Transportation Safety Board has also opened separate investigations.
Here in France, the government looking to buy assets from a troubled IT giant whose former boss is the current European Internal Markets Commissioner, Thierry Breton.
Well, that company, of course, is Atos. It handles data in sensitive fields from the military to nuclear power. It's also the main IT provider for the Paris Olympics. But following years of aggressive acquisitions, it's in crisis. The state wants to buy three operations of Atos' big data and security business. That's quantum computing used in France's nuclear weapons program, secure military communications technology, and a number of cyber security assets. Now, these units are also more lucrative. According to Atos, revenue for its BDS business is set to grow 8% this year, while the group's overall revenue is expected to fall more than 3%. Now, the company on Monday revealed a bleaker financial picture than its previous estimate. Its short-term cash needs have almost doubled to 1.1 billion euros as it hopes to reduce its nearly 5 billion euro debt by 3.2 billion euros by 2026, up from the previous target of 2.4 billion euros. Now, Paris is willing to spend up to 1 billion euros for the acquisition and prevent foreign investors from gaining control of these critical assets. Here's French Economy Minister Bruno Le Maire speaking on Sunday.
There
are, within Atos, certain activities which are strategic to the French nation, strategic for our sovereignty and for our defense, in terms of cybersecurity, supercomputers and nuclear policy. There are activities within Atos that touch on sovereignty that must stay in the hands of the French state.
So do the markets like the news?
Well, yeah, Atos shares jumped nearly 20% for the day, but it could just give a brief respite to the stock, which has lost more than 80% of its value over the past year. European bourses closed the day on a mixed note, with London's FTSE closing just slightly above the flat line. Paris and Frankfurt both sinking into negative territory. Wall Street has kicked off a new trading week comfortably in positive territory. Tech shares, including Tesla and Apple, driving gains.
And it's not enough to have a cheap cost of borrowing to lure investors to Japan, it seems.
Well, it needs to have a healthy economic picture to go with it. Now, the Japanese yen has repeatedly renewed 34-year lows against the US dollar in recent days, but rebounded strongly on expectation that the Japanese government would intervene by buying the currency very soon. Now, the dollar rose to more than 160 yen earlier on Monday before falling back down to 154 yen. It's rare to see such big movements in a foreign exchange market on a single day. Now, the currency has depreciated by around 13% since the start of the year, as the Bank of Japan maintains near zero interest rates. The weaker yen is welcome for companies that rely on exports and foreign visitors, but it's tough for the locals. Let's take a listen.
The petrol prices are going up. The car prices are going up. We're beginning to feel the burden.
If this trend continues, I'm very worried for the Japanese economy.
So it's a good time to go to Japan now.
Okay, there's the tip of the day from Yuka Hoye. Many thanks.